You can become my supporter by clicking that jingly wingly join button. I will play Dead by Daylight with you, you will get an exclusive Discord role, and you will get to see some exclusive secret videos. Join now and satisfy your inner needs. Hello my friends! So according to my best friend, Xenomorph is a perfect organism. And I got to agree with my friend, even in Dead by Daylight, Xenomorph is almost perfect, which is amazing. I'm very happy about this chapter, I love the new map, I can see myself playing a lot of Xenomorph games, but there are two problems with this new killer. Only two. First of all, why the fuck are there so many weird Xenomorph videos on the internet? I don't have a problem with that, but I'm just asking. Anyway, let's talk about the biggest problems with the new killer, because one of these problems is pretty small and developers can easily fix it. Another problem is much bigger. But before that, if you love your mom and her big white titties, no racism, then make sure to subscribe. Thank you very much. Okay, so the first problem that I got with the Xenomorph, which I consider to be a smaller problem, is that Xenomorph's tail attack is pretty good, okay? I love shooting out of his tail, it has a decent enough range, not too much, but it reaches further away than Nemesis whip. When you shoot out of your tail, there's this yellow projectile coming out of the tail, and you would imagine that this yellow projectile indicates where you shot. And it turns out that that's not the case. Even if you shoot out of your tail and you see this projectile hitting a survivor, sometimes you will not get a hit. The hitbox of this tail is very weird. I like that it requires some skill, but I don't understand what is the point of this projectile if it's not even accurate. Now I'm gonna show you one example where I shot the survivor with my tail, I believe twice, and technically I hit that survivor, but it didn't register as a hit. Now, if you play this killer for a bit, you will understand when and where to shoot out of his tail, the hitbox of his tail, but this killer is very complex for beginners, and developers didn't have to make this killer so complex for beginners. I think that developers need to adjust this killer so people playing as this killer can more easily see where the next shot will land, if you know what I mean. It's not that big of a problem actually, it doesn't ruin this killer or anything. I like that there's a skill ceiling and it's fun to shoot survivors whenever it hits, it feels very satisfying, but I believe that it's still a problem. Okay, the biggest problem with the Xenomorph in my opinion is the turrets. And hear me now, turrets, they have to be in the game, okay, because if not turrets, this killer is very sneaky. This killer can shoot out of his tail at any given time, and this killer is a little bit too strong, but there's a way to counter this killer. Survivors can place these turrets anywhere on the map. The problem is that, first of all, you can spam these turrets. You can literally make a pathway full of turrets just to counter this killer's power and to slow this killer down, because whenever you are hit with this fire coming out of the turrets, then you get a slowdown, which is a bit crazy in my opinion, especially when there are many of these turrets around. Look, there are so many turrets everywhere. We got one here, one there, one here, one there. Like the killer will try to catch someone and then those turrets will just blow this killer. The turrets, they are not even that visible, especially when they're placed somewhere on the grass, and when the map is interior or even on the new map, these turrets, they are more visible than, for example, on the Coldwind farm. On that map, these turrets can be pretty much insane to notice. They are like trapper's traps sometimes, or Macmillan Estate is a big problem for these turrets because you will not be able to see where they are, and it takes an incredibly little time for these turrets to break you out of your power, and it takes a while for you to recharge your power, which I don't have any problem with the cooldown of this power, because this killer has a really great and sneaky power, and I absolutely hate going against Xenomorph when Xenomorph is in his runner's mode, or whatever the fuck his power is called. So there has to be a counter for that, and the cooldown is perfect. But the problem is that these turrets, okay, first of all, they are hard to notice. Second of all, survivors can literally spam them. And third of all, when you notice that there's a turret shooting at you, most of the time you won't even be able to reach that turret and destroy it, and that turret will already have broken you out of your power. And it's completely unfair. I believe that developers need to make some changes so the killer has more time to react to these turrets and then come closer and then break those turrets without any consequences, because it's very hard to spot the turret and then come close to that turret and then hit that turret. Usually I break the turret and bam, as soon as I break it, my power is gone. So I don't think that's fair, and it's annoying when these turrets slow you down. I don't think that it's a problem that the killer gets slowed down, because it's fair, but survivors shouldn't be able to spam these turrets. I think that developers would like to reduce the amount of turrets, but that's my opinion. Other than that, this killer is awesome. Can't wait for this killer to get released. I hated previous 3 chapters, so this one is a fresh air. Subscribe for more DBD videos. I'll see you later. Bye.